Welcome, everybody, to Pick and Roll. This is your NBA betting show on the Board YouTube channel where we go through free picks for the NBA slate every single weekday. We also will be continuing on with this show throughout the start of the playoffs at the very least, playing tournament is just a week away at this point. So excited for some great basketball, and we have a loaded slate to work with for today. You find yourself enjoying the show along the way, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And also, make sure you're following us on Twitter at the Board HQ so you can stay up to date with all the content that we have planned for the playoffs. It may not follow the exact same schedule that we've been doing throughout the regular season, so we would appreciate if you followed there so you always know any updates on the show. But I hope everybody had a great weekend and a little bit of a long weekend for us. Took yesterday off from the picks because there was no NBA games. However, there is an educational video that I posted on the channel if you want to go check that out. But let's get into our show. So as we normally do on the show, we start off with the recap of the previous day's plays. We go into then the official plays of the day, and then we finish off with some discussion pieces. So let's go to the recap of Friday's bets. So it's been some time. I don't quite remember all the games as they happened, but here we have our bet stamp profile: 125 wins to 96 losses on the season, 5.3% ROI, and a 2-1 day. Unfortunately, the one loss came as a result of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being made healthy, despite it seeming that he was not going to play, which didn't give Jalen Williams the touches that he needed to go over this line. But Pips, your overall thoughts on the slate and the bets?
Yeah, it's been quite some time, unfortunately, on Jalen Williams because it's not that Shea was questionable or even doubtful. He was ruled out for the game, and then later after the show, 1 hour later, they had him questionable. Every time the player goes from ruled out to questionable, he's playing. So yeah, also Jalen Williams had foul trouble, and he lost 10 minutes with foul trouble. So yeah, like even with Shea back, and he had additional foul trouble, and yeah.
So we'll still take it. We'll still take the winning day. Unfortunately, if you watched it, this is a rare case where if you watched it live, unfortunately, um, you wouldn't have known about the injury. There's nothing we can really do about it. We can only go off with what the information that we have. So it sucks with the Shea one, but we've had success this season. We had success with the day overall. So let's go into the official picks of today's show. A little bit of a weird one here. Our first official play is off the board right now as a result of an injury report that has come out. But we will give you the second and third official play. And hopefully, as we go through the show today, we can actually get that first play out to you guys as well. But an injury report came out. It's in the Raptors game. The injury report involved Precious Achiuwa. So I don't think that's going to change the line significantly. So hopefully we're still fine. But let's give you guys the plays that we do have ready to go, ready to lock in. First of all, just checked on both of these. We're ready to lock them in. Heat at Pistons. Jimmy Butler, 20-plus points. And the game total under 227.5, which is minus 120 at DraftKings. And the second play is on FanDuel, where we're going to get the Thunder and the Warriors game. Your Draymond Green, 6+ assists. Curry, 4+ threes. And 25+ points also for Curry, which is minus 102 at FanDuel. So those are two official plays we have right now. Hopefully, you guys stick around. We'll give out the third one as long as it does come back on the board while we are still live here. But while we have these two, let's first of all go to the Miami game. Why do you like Butler here and the game total? You said you've had a lot of success with them. Take us through it.
Yeah, so I watched the last couple of Pistons games, and everyone that is drive heavy to the rim is just getting there. They are unable to stop the drives. They don't have any good defensive players out there. Wiseman doesn't protect the rim as he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bagley is even worse. So just very good matchup for Butler. They are fouling a ton. Every driving player is getting 10 plus free throws against them. So I just expect like easy game for Butler. 5, 6, 7 field goals with 12 plus free throws and just covering this. They're battling for the seeding. This team is not Spread is 13.5, but I don't think that will be as easy because yeah, my Heat lost 3 out of the last 4, barely won the last one. I just don't think that's the game where Butler can just okay, I'll take sit back and let everyone else because they are not. If he doesn't produce, they're not winning it easy. They played 2 weeks ago. Butler had 26 points, and yeah, same thing. 11 free throws, 8 from 11 from the field. Game stayed well under, while teams shot above average, way above average. So Heat had 125 offensive rating in that game. Terrible Pistons team had 112, way above their average, both teams, and still don't even get close to covering because the pace in the game was 89.
Oh,
That's yeah,
wow.
and that's because and now
Wretched
we
pace.
have
That's horrible.
yeah, yeah, and Miami Heat now finally giving up on starting Kevin Love, so their defense should be better. And with better defense against this very poor Pistons team, I just don't see the way Pistons can break 100 points. But if they do, I don't see either Miami Heat scoring over 120. So this should be an easy under game. I expect it to be like 117, 98 for Miami. So, but they will break them like in the fourth quarter when Miami defense just goes to another level. So yeah, that's what I'm expecting for this game. Bema Adebayo should be back, and this should be game for Jimmy to easily score. I just don't like if Butler just be last game he scored 36 against the Dallas Mavericks. If he just get usage to like average season average, he should be able to clear this line in 3 quarters without much problems.
Yeah, you just touched on the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, I think we talk about them again if we've just talked about it so much recently, but it appears as though maybe Doncic and Kyrie could be getting shut down for the season. So that's pretty crazy. Butler is somebody who is looking for some all NBA considerations. That will be our discussion piece a little bit later on, where we talk about all NBA forward positions. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But before that, let's go into the third official play here. So we've given out just one so far. This would be the second one that is given out here, but it is in the Thunder and Warriors game. As I said earlier on, it is Draymond Green 6+ assists. It is Curry on the 4+ threes and also 25+ points, which is -102 at FanDuel. Hopefully, our first official play comes back. Still not up as of yet. But what do you like about Draymond and Steph for this matchup against the Thunder?
I expect Draymond to start at 5 because they need to play small against the Thunders. There's actually no reason to start Kevin Looney in this game at all. So they played them 3 times this year. One game, Draymond had 12 assists. Next game, it was a huge blowout, and he had 4 in 27 minutes. Next game, again, 11 assists. Last 7 games for Draymond: 7, 8, 10, 5 against the Wolves, 13, 11, and 7. So I expect just high-paced game, just targeting Clay Thompson and when Steph Curry, a lot of dribble hands off, lot of transition, like when he get the rebound, transition pass. He should be like this is very correlated bet, and I expect half the threes from Steph Curry to came
Uh,
up.
Sorry if I could interrupt 1 second here. The play is back up on the board, so great timing here. Let's make sure you guys get this play in before Pips can finish off, talk about the Warriors game. But the third play involves my Raptors. They're playing the Hornets today, and we have former Raptors Simi Hyluk on 12+ points, and we're going to pair that with Pascal Siakam over 21.5 points. Last time these teams played a couple of days ago. Simi Hyluk had 26 points. Siakam, I believe he had 36 for this game. So Simi Hyluk's been dialed in from 3 lately. So Pip's going with this one here. Let's take you back to the third play, though, as you guys can lock that one in. So we're going to go 2, 3, 1. We're going back to the third play here. And Pips, you can continue on with what you had for the Warriors Thunder here.
Yeah, and the Steph Curry, like this is the point of the season when I expect Curry to score 30 points every night. So last game against the Denver Nuggets, probably the worst game of the season for Steph, as he shot 8 from 28 and 2 for 14 from three. Like I don't remember last time we saw Steph Curry shooting 2 from 14 from three. Like I don't think it happened this season, and I can't actually remember last time we saw anything close to it. 2 for 14. And yeah, 2 games before that he had 8 for 15, 7 of 11. So it's not like he's crazy in some slump. He just had a poor game. That's it. They lost to Denver Nuggets without Jokic. Such a terrible, terrible game. And yeah, I'm pretty confident if Steph Curry is shooting 12 or more threes, he should be able to easily cover this. And there are rare games when he gets 25 more points without scoring 4 threes. And 2 games he played against Thunders this season, he scored 10 threes on 16 attempts and 8 threes on 14 attempts. So I'm pretty confident that he should be able to get his looks and he should be able to score 4 or more threes and cover this line. Yeah, Dort is great defensive player, but I don't think he can go through like 3 straight screens and just running for be behind Steph Curry. And we saw that like in 2 games, 8 and 10 threes. So 8 and 10 threes against the Thunder. He scored 40 points in the last one and 38 points in the game previous. So I just think this should be slam dunk spot for Steph Curry. And for us, also Damon Green, if starts at the 5, they are playing through him everything. So he should be able to get this also.
Okay, so hope you guys are following along. Okay, that was our third official play. We've done the explanation for 2 and 3. Let's go back to official play number 1 now, which is back on the board, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, for Simi Hailuk, 12 plus points, starting for the Hornets in their bid to lose as many games as possible, and Siakam over 21.5 points for -110 at DraftKings. Take us away here.
So the reason I'm betting this is actually mentioned it. Last game it was like no chance at stopping Siakam. He just annihilated this line. He shot 16 for 24. Like that's absurd. And he only
Yeah.
gets the line 2 times. Like that's not happening tonight. He will get more free throws. So he scored 36 with only 2 free throws. And now probably even better matchup because Mark Williams will probably be out. And Mark Williams is good rim protector and good defensive player and very long. I think he has the biggest wingspan in the Hornets history, which is one interesting fact. So yeah, so they rotated him. He plays 1 game, then start of the bench next game, and then play third game out. That should be the game that he's out. So he should sit out this game, and Siakam should just get easily to the rim. No one to really defend him, as we saw in the first game. 36 points, huge usage. Yeah, his friend Patrick had 20 assists. He was feeding everyone, and I hope we get something similar tonight. And on the other side, Svi Mihailuk, 17 attempts in the last game, 5 from 9 from threes. So he only scored 15 points only by threes.
Yeah.
He had the highest usage on the entire team, and it's not like some good team. Like it's Theo Maledon, JT Thor, C. Mihailuk, Bryce McGovens, Mark Williams now out probably, so we'll get Nick Richards, Kai Jones, James Bouknight, and that's it. So yeah, like they're
He's
playing
been playing a
great.
lot. He's going to be playing a lot.
So he'll play 35 minutes and he's shooting great. I know we actually talk about him on the show like 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. You
Yeah, I
had you
remember.
had like bad remembering of him playing with the Raptors, and I was like, yeah, but he's a good shooter, and now suddenly he's just making everything like
Yeah.
he's yeah
45.6% from 3 this
yeah
season. Yeah.
yeah he can shoot. Yeah, that's the thing throughout this entire career so far.
Hey, that's why he's
He-
still in the league. He can hit
yeah
his
that,
threes.
can shoot, but yeah, when he was at the Raptors, he couldn't make anything.
With the Raptors, he shot 30.6% from three,
Yeah,
and
and
then
that's his worst season. That's his
yeah,
worst season. Every other season, he shot at least. So yeah,
like
He-
33 to sometimes like up to 40, but
yeah,
usually like mid 30s.
yeah. But his movement of the ball was always great.
Yeah,
His shot motion and form was great. So it was weird to see him just shooting 30%, 30 low 30. So
yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
he's finally getting. I don't expect this to like maintain, but I think he can be like 38% shooter in the future, and probably some improvement still. He works on his game. So
Mhm.
yeah, with Raptors allowing so much threes of the corners and of the screens and overhelp him on the nail. Good thing Dennis Smith Jr. is probably back tonight, so he will drive and kick out as he is not a huge scorer, and but he can get to the rim, so probably even more like help on the nail and opens up the game for Svi. But no matter what, he should get 15 field goal attempts tonight. And when he's getting 15 field goals, I'm pretty confident that he can make 12 to score 12 points. I think the expected number for him when he shot 15 times is like 18 points on his efficiency. So 12 should be pretty comfortable with huge minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if you. I mean, it was a big spread. I don't know if you watched the game, but
Yeah,
Mihailuk also was hitting some step backs, some like crazy contested threes as well. It wasn't just like he was wide open. So
yeah,
yeah, that's
but
that's as a Raptors fan, that's
but
like, come on, man, you couldn't hit anything. You couldn't hit your open
yeah,
ones when we
but
had you.
that's the thing. Like he needs to shoot. Like he like someone needs to shoot. I don't see like when you have 5 seconds on the shot clock and you didn't create anything, it will go for speed. Like
Mhm.
that's the thing.
Oh yeah. This
Like
this is a
yeah,
this is a tough. This is not a good Charlotte team. With I don't want to look.
so
Raptors need to win
Theo
today. I don't want to
Maledon,
jinx anything. Yeah, Theo
yeah,
Maledon starts, and like I think he is the like. I'm not even hi- exaggerating. I believe he is statistically the worst player in the paint in the NBA in scoring wise. He shoots like 40% in the paint. Um, Bryce McGowan's like a second round pick, inefficient, kind of microwave scorer in college. Yeah, this it's just not. It's just Femi Haluk starting. So I don't know what else
yeah.
to say
I'm
about
actually
it.
okay with Bryce McGowens, but I'm not fan of Theo Maledon, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah,
myself included. Speaking of big spreads, I'm gonna throw this in. Didn't have this in the agenda, but gonna throw this one in. Want to talk about quickly the Minnesota Timberwolves lost to the Portland Trailblazers. This is, according to @WorldwideWob on Twitter, the largest against the spread defeat since we have developed reliable against the spread numbers, which is in 1995. So dating back to 1995, we can guarantee that the 19 and a half point underdog Trailblazers is the biggest upset in NBA since that point. However, it is likely it is a long time before 95 in which this happened. We just don't have the data to measure
yeah.
that. I did not watch this game. As a Timberwolves to make the playoffs ticket holder, I was livid seeing this tweet. I don't know if you watched. I'm just,
Yeah,
do you have
I
any
watched.
intel as to what happened here?
Yeah, I actually watched the entire game.
Wow. And we have Sean Glenn, Wolves Nation in chat, and he doesn't want to talk about it. I'm sorry, man. I gotta do you like this. 19 and a half point favorites. Okay. Yeah. What happened here? What happened here?
I would just say like poor effort from the Wolves. They just underestimated their opponent, and their like offense was mind-blowingly poor. They had Anthony Edwards cooking, and he was amazing. But every other possession, they will go to pick and roll with Gobert, and then Gobert will go inside and he will try to post up, and they will try for 15 seconds to throw him the entry pass, and he will get double team, and they will just give up, and they then realize there is 4 seconds on the shot clock, and they will just shoot the brick. Like I don't know what's going on with Gobert, but he asked for post up like 30 times in the game. And of course, like even when you when you make the pass to him, the entry pass, and he's terrible at catching the ball as a post-up player, it's very difficult to pass to him. And even when he gets it like 5 feet from the rim, what's he's gonna do? Like he can do anything. Like he'll get double team and he can make the outside pass. So like Rudy Gobert just did very like he devastated their offense, like completely ruined their offense, and they didn't lose because they allowed how many points? They allowed 107. You
This
can
is
score
insane.
105 points against this G League team that doesn't have any good defensive players.
Yeah, I'm actually in awe looking at this Portland box score here. Portland started Shaden Sharp, Skylar Mays, Trendon Watford, Matisse Thybulle, and Drew Eubanks. Other than Thybulle, this team cannot play defense. Like on the bench, it's that time of year where Shaq Harrison actually plays NBA games. Kevin
Almost
Knox had 19 points. Jabari Walker, he didn't play well, but Jabari Walker actually got a decent prospect in my eyes. But where this one seemed to really go wrong with Minnesota took 14 less shots. They took 79 field goal attempts. They got out rebounded on the offensive glass, which is crazy for a team that has Rudy Gobert. They turned the ball over 18 times, only forced 10 turnovers from this inexperienced Portland team. Wow, what a
18.
absolute disaster.
Yeah, 18 turnovers. And I'll say this was one of the worst games of Karl Anthony Towns in his career, probably. 3 field goal attempts in 25 minutes, almost fouling out against these Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah,
Why the heck do you need to go into foul troubles against this team? And
yeah,
also, we need to just give credit to Shaden Sharp. Like, this guy is amazing.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
27 points, 9 and 19.
he'll be unbelievable player. Like he's still 19. Like that's absurd. He is still 19. He is like very efficient in his first rookie season, and he has like last 6 game 24, 24, 29, 12 blowout, 30, 27, 27. So 24 or more points in 6 out of the last 7 games, and while shooting 48% from the field, 37% from the three. And that's absurd for a 19 years old rookie that can be the best, probably most athletic guys, can shoot threes, can get mid range, can get to the rim, and can dunk on everyone's face. Like
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable player.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
very very underrated.
so let's move into the piece we wanted to discuss here. It's about the all NBA forwards. Let me give you the catalog of forwards who could make all NBA of the 6 available spots here. So if you're listening in audio, bear with me for a second here. But the forwards that could make, in my eyes at least, an all NBA spot this season are Giannis, Tatum, Butler, Randall, Siakam, Braun, Kawhi, Paul George, Markkanen, KD. Those are of the forwards who are only eligible for forward. And then for the players who are also eligible. Yeah.
So the new ruling, is it for this season or the next season? For
I
minimum 65 games.
I believe it's for next season. So there's a bunch of players in here who have not hit 65 yet. I'll just double check that. But the players
but
who
I think almost everyone, like 70% of this player didn't hit that threshold.
yes, I think you're right. But more players who can make it but are eligible for multiple positions. The next 3 are forward/center, which are Anthony Davis, Bam, and Jaren Jackson. And the other player who can make forward but is also eligible at guard is Jaylen Brown. So let's throw it over to you, Pips. Pick 6 players to make the 6 forward spots of this list. I think I can make it easy and say Giannis and Tatum are locked in first team forwards. But let me know who you have on as your 6.
Butler, Jimmy Butler, and Julius Randle are probably 2 locks too.
Agreed.
Julius Randle, like if you take a look, he's 25, 10, 4 efficient. So I just checked the efficiency. Yeah, he's efficient, 58% true shooting. So we have first 4 are locks.
Yes.
for,
And I
for
just
me.
confirmed the CBA kicks in next season, so you do not have to hit the certain threshold of games for the All NBA this year.
Yeah. So then we have. So I would say first four on that list are the locks, and
Mhm.
then we can. It will be very difficult for the next two spots to decide.
Yeah,
I'll
so I'll
say,
give you the games they've. If I remember correctly, roughly Kevin Durant's played about
yeah,
45 to
that's. I
50.
don't think anyone below 55 should be considered for
Agreed.
this, unfortunately.
Kawhi is around 50. LeBron is also around 50. Um, Other than that, like Jaren Jackson has struggled to get games as well, but I think he's probably mid 50s at this point. But yeah, KD, Kawhi, and LeBron, I think are guys that I would immediately rule out for games to
Jaren
play.
Jackson is at 60.
Okay, so he's played plenty.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll probably go with him at the second team. Yeah, I will go Jaren Jackson. Defensive player of the year, being very efficient, scoring 20 points on a game. I mean, not 20 points. He's at 18, 7, and 1. But I think 18, 7, and 1 while being the best defender in the league makes you a starter as at least third team all defense, all NBA.
Mhm.
I think Jaren Jackson Jr. should be. And how many games AD played? Like, I don't
52.
think yeah, that he will have enough until the end. I think he'll have 55, so he will be like close consideration. But this season, in the entire season, he played at the five. So I don't think giving him multi this season should be a good choice. I don't think people will
Well,
put
you
him
could put him at
in.
like you could put him at
Yeah,
center. Like obviously Jokic and Embiid are all NBA, but you
yeah,
could put AD as your all NBA third team center
yeah.
or
That's
Jaren
true.
Jackson.
Yeah, I think Jen Jackson is playing at the four entire season almost. They just went couple of games with him like 12 to 15 minutes at the
Yeah,
five.
this is actually uh as best to my knowledge confirmed. Like this is the eligibility. This is not like my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, I know. Like I'm
Okay,
just
okay.
saying, I think people will make into account when they are voting.
Yeah, yeah.
That yeah, Anthony Davis won't get many power forwards. Yeah, so yeah, it's difficult to decide for the sixth wing because I don't think any of these, but like maybe to go with Lauri Markkanen, but
That'd
I'm
be
not sure.
mine. That's my
Yeah,
sixth guy.
yeah, I think that could be a thing. I don't think Damon Green makes it this year at all. Like he's not on the list, but I always think of Damon Green because all the NBA like defensive player of the year always. I think he's probably the best defensive player in the year league. He's just not his team just not good enough on defense to. I think he's the top three every season. Like
Agree.
looking Damon Green play defense is just amazing. Just need to check one more player for these
Yeah.
numbers. And if we have Jaren Jackson Jr., I think Evan Mobley should get consideration here.
All
I
NBA
don't think.
considerations.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, and he's not as good as Jaren Jackson, but if Jaren Jackson is our fifth, but at least mine, I think Evan Mobley is just slightly worse than
I wouldn't
him.
put Evan Mobley above Markkinen, or I wouldn't put him over Siakam either, to be honest.
Yeah, but Evan Mobley's defensive season, this is like absurd. Like,
Oh, for sure. I mean, he could
yeah,
be a DPOY finalist this season.
yeah, he is absurdly good on defense, and I mean, like, yeah, 16 points and 9 rebounds, 3 assists, above average shooting. I think that's great. Maybe not yet enough for the All NBA, but if he get 14, I think he will make it. But yeah, he's close, getting close next season. Probably highly considered for this. If but next season we could see guys playing more games and maybe a bit less of time, like management of the injuries. And yeah, if he get enough games from LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard,
For
KD, it
sure.
will be so easy, so easy. But I think maybe to go with Jalen Brown at the forward, because if I need to decide between Lowry Markkanen and Jalen Brown, I may go with Jalen Brown there.
So would I. I forgot to mention that I would probably I'd have to do a little bit more research, but I'd probably have Jalen Brown as one of my guards.
But Lowry, unbelievable season.
Oh, for
Almost
sure.
50, 40,
I mean,
19,
he
25. Yeah, I'm
he
actually
should be
okay.
MIP. He should be
Yeah,
MIP. I don't think there should be any
yeah.
debate. He went from a like fourth, fifth option role player to all-star, potentially all NBA. Like this is the MIP. No doubt about it to me.
Yeah. I also think being eligible for two positions could just split your voting, and that's not great.
I don't know
Like,
how it works if like you have to get like if Jalen Brown got split with his voting because I feel like that's kind of a penalty to have multi positions. Then I feel like that if you get
that's
put if you get put as a forward, I imagine if you get a vote as a forward, it'll also count towards his vote as a guard, and it'll just be based on number of votes. So he has kind of two chances to get in that
no.
in that.
We should actually also consider who is the sixth best guard, and then compare to Lowry Markkanen and see does Markkanen need to be sixth wing and Jalen Brown be sixth guard,
Okay, well,
because
who are the locked in guards into all NBA this season? Um, I would say Shea if I think he's played enough, but Shea should probably be all NBA.
Lillard,
Um,
Damian Lillard.
Dame, I wonder if the record will hurt Dame at all.
I don't think
Devin
Dame being
Booker,
all NBA should be like about the record. My opinion, just
yeah, it might hurt. I mean, Dame could get in. Booker, he'll end up playing, I think, 54
I think
games.
I think Donovan Mitchell should be all back.
Donovan Mitchell, I agree, he should be in there. Like you could make an argument, Drew Holiday could get in on third team. Um,
Yeah, Drew Holiday should make it, because I am not a huge fan of his all-star appearance, but all defense best guard in the league by
yeah,
far defensive. So I think he should make it.
you have
Yeah,
Doncic. Doncic will be in as a guard. Curry, I don't know if Curry's played
I
enough,
don't
but he
think
could get
Curry
in.
have enough games. I'll just check.
James
Oh
Harden
yeah,
could get
he'll
in.
get there. He will get there. Steph Curry will get there. He has 53.
So I think we could like lock in Curry, Doncic. Like Mitchell should be in there. Dame could be in there. Holiday could be in there. Harden,
Drew and
another
Shea
name,
That's six.
and Shea. So yeah, you know what? Brown may sneak in over Markkinen as well. This is I don't envy the people who have to vote on these things.
Yeah,
It's kind of unfortunate that these decisions factor into how much a guy gets paid, but it's difficult to. There's no perfect way to measure like what qualifies for a super max. I guess is the best way to do it because like Siakam this season, if he gets all NBA, Siakam is eligible for a super max extension. So
yeah.
it's in the hands of the voters there. He might sneak in. I don't think he will, but yeah, this I think we just kind of summed up how difficult all this is going to be.
Yeah, and Tyrese Halliburton could still be included there. 21 points and 4 rebounds, 10 and a half assists while being 450, 49 guy.
Yeah, he's
And
another
like,
one that
yeah.
could get in. It's so
So,
competitive this season.
but I would probably, it's difficult. We are just talking about the guards because we don't know where to put Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown.
Because he should make it, but it's difficult to decide either as a guard or as a wing. And yeah, that could actually hurt him to
Maybe later in the week we can come in with our all NBA teams. If we had votes, maybe one of the days this week we'll actually make our teams guard, centers, and forwards, and pick our all NBA, all defense teams as well. That could be good for this week. All right,
we can do that.
yeah, a nice segment there. John Morant, John Morant probably has enough. Oh man, that's another one who could get on. He's played enough games, I think. I know he missed a bunch of games, obviously, for the
I'm not a fan
suspension.
of John Morant this season. I mean, numbers look great, but he took a step back from the last season. His
Ooh,
efficiency,
it's
yeah,
tough
his
to leave him
efficiency.
off the list. Still, he's gonna have played more than enough games. for our
Yeah, and
minds at least.
why is Trae Young not here? Like Trae Young has better numbers.
That's true. Trae Young, man, there's a lot of good players.
Trae Young has better numbers, score, assists, and efficiency over Ja Morant. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's we'll pick a day to do that later this week. We'll come in with our all NBA teams. Maybe Thursday we can do that because it's a smaller slate, and we'll discuss that. So Thursday, me and Pips will be going through our all NBA teams, and we're actually gonna have to make the decisions if we were to have votes. But let's wrap up the show. I think we've gone on long enough for today. Let's recap the official picks for you guys in just a second here. Want to remind you guys that we always track our plays on BetStamp, and BetStamp is the easiest way to improve as a sports bettor is by signing up over there because you're always making sure you're getting the best possible odds for your sports wagers. It compares odds across every sports books for games, futures, and player props, so you can save time and money by checking BetStamp before you bet.
And also just saying this is the last week of the regular season. So just for everyone to know.
In case you didn't know. But if you are looking to sign up to any of those sports books, please make sure to check out the offers available at betstamp.app/theboard or hit the link that we have in the description. If you sign up through this page to any of those sports books, it does help the show. This is the last day of regular season action, or last week. It will go all the way until Sunday, but the last show for regular season will be Friday. I imagine we'll be here for Tuesday, Wednesday for the play-in games. Are we good to do the show on those days as well?
Yeah, I love playing games.
So play-in schedule is Tuesday for the 7-8s, Wednesday for the 9-10s, and Friday for the second round of playing games. So next week we'll have shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. This week we'll have shows all throughout the week. It is a holiday on Friday. Actually, we can discuss Friday. Do you have anything? Are we going to be doing a show Friday? It's we have a stat holiday for Easter on Friday.
Yeah, we're probably doing show. Why not?
Okay. So we'll have shows all throughout the week, and we'll have shows next week. As always, follow us on Twitter at the Board HQ to stay up to date on all the show information. Let's recap those picks for you guys right now. So first of all, Raptors at Hornets, Mihailuk 12 plus points, Siakam over 21.5 for -110 at DraftKings. Second play, Butler 20 plus points, and the game total alt line under 227.5 for -120 odds. And the third play, Thunders at Warriors. We have Draymond Green 6+ assists paired with Steph Curry 4+ threes and 25+ points for -102 odds at FanDuel. If you guys want more free picks, check out our baseball channel, Call to the Pen HQ. They're live right now for a show just like this to give out MLB and baseball free picks. So go head over there after the show today. But as always, like this stream if you enjoyed, got any value, check out the video I did yesterday about how many bets you should be making in a day as a typical bettor, and also subscribe to the channel for more content like this. As I said, we're going through the rest of the regular season. We're going into the play-in and the playoffs for more NBA free picks from Pick and Roll. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.